Welcome in, everybody. Today in the dojo, we got Mattbeer87. We'll be doing some coaching with Matt. So we're going to be doing an open Great League today. Matt's got a team that he feels pretty comfortable with that is using some mons that are top 10 mons. So they're banned from Remix. So we'll be running in open. And if you want to go ahead and Swampert into Old Fisk. Put the browser down here. This isn't a great matchup. Probably no shield the first one. Discharge is more damage than lunge, but they're both neutral against Metacham. They're more likely to lunge the first time to get that attack debuff. Okay. So rather than pushing it to CMP or trying to get a deny, throwing in the middle of the move, so that gives them 2 free turns, but it guarantees they don't get 4, and that we don't go to CMP. They overtap. Oh, I like this play. Opponent kind of greedy farm down, going for, I think they're on 6 volt switches now. They're going to get switch, and they come at us with a bunch of energy. But Swampert probably can tank one, shield one of these lunges. Comes in Skarm for the farm down. Okay. Because the Skarm has the worst matchup against the Stun Fisk, he's willing to kind of sack the Skarm here. Let's the first one go. Actual discharge. I imagine he shields this one. Because you don't want to give up the full Skarm. Might be important for whatever's in the back. Yeah, it'd be pretty risky to go all in on... Oh, opponent swaps out. Locks themselves in. That feels pretty good in this situation. Like Matt's immediate recognition of that and swapping in. Yeah, imagine winning switch and then giving up switch. 2, 3. This, I don't think quite KOs, but it'll put it pretty low if they no-shield this. What's up, Justin? Welcome in. Yeah, that's not really mudshot downrange, though. So I'm not trying to decide if he wants to shield. Shields the mud bomb. The Mac, no, this Matt Beer is live with us. He just can't hear us during the games, and then after each game we'll discuss the game, what he could have done maybe a little different or better, or what he was thinking when he made decisions, so that we can evaluate them kind of as a group and learn together. Lantern Spark 5. So that's 2 very hard anti-Skarm picks in the back. Opponent gives us a farm down, but I think we're still in a spot where this Brave Bird I don't think KOs, and then they're going to farm us down and throw at our Swampert. They might use the shield here. No shield here, but it's just not going to be enough damage. And Hydro Pump is definitely lethal from here. Thunderbolt might not be lethal, but they should have the Hydro Pump at this point. Yeah, there's the Hydro Pump. All right, so we take an L on the first one. We'll bring Matt back in here with us. All right, Matt, what'd you think of that game?
Yeah, that went all sorts of wrong. Like, they led electric and then they swapped electric, and I was really confused.
Yeah.
Like, I maybe could have stayed in with a Swampert there against the Gal.
Yes. If you have, I think it's 2 mudshot lead, you win that matchup. Otherwise, they can win the 2s by double shielding.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling up the Gal of Medicham matchup right now. They shielded the first, so it looks like if you... Let's see, I want to see if you can win this straight Ice Punch in any of the... That way you don't have to be baiting. You lose the 1s. You lose all situations, so you'd have to... You have to bait and then throw the Psychic. Because they're almost certainly going to shield the first one, right?
Yeah, they probably want to win switch too, right?
And if you have Ice Punch and they no shield, that's this situation. If they no shield and you shield once... Yeah, so I think probably next time we want to go up to the Psychic and then try to bait them. That way they also can't... Because they went for kind of an aggressive farm down there as well. And they were able to do that because they shielded the Psychic.
Yeah.
So I think in that matchup, it paces us a little better to be throwing ice punches, and we have a better chance at flipping switch, because we know we really want to flip switch there, right? We don't want our Skarm against the...
I could have stayed in with a Swampert too, because my Medicham had a good matchup against the Unova Stunfisk.
Yeah.
With the ice punches. I recognized, as soon as I swapped, I thought, oh no, I should have just stayed in there.
That was pretty... Yeah, that was just noticing that was a spicy triple electric team.
Yeah, that was very spicy.
And there's just not much place for the Skarm to go there, so it would have been required some... I like the decision to go for the Brave Bird at the end there, to switch in and go for that Brave Bird. It just wasn't quite enough.
No.
But yeah, next time.
Next time, if I ever run into that again, which is very unlikely.
Yeah, or maybe it's just staying in to throw one Hydro Cannon and then swapping to the Medi. That way you're already up a shield, and then you're in a position where maybe you can get both shields and win switch. Because that matchup's still going to be pretty short. They're not going to have much of a chance to switch out at the end, I don't think.
Yeah.
To try to save the health on the Swampert.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's jump into the next one. That is a very good lead for us. Opponent instantly swaps to Sableye. We go to Skarm. Skarm doesn't have much play against the Basti. Usually Basti has a grass or a fighter in the back. I think one of the most common teams right now is Basti, Sableye, Medicham. So that's something we should be looking out for. We should be able to... I don't know if you can force switch with a Skarm in this matchup. It's been a while since I've played Skarm myself. Let's see, is that Sableye 1494? So it's just a 41. One shields. We're just going straight sky attacks as soon as we can, forcing out the shields. I like it. We get to another one before they do. So we win. Sableye wins the 2s. If they force the 2s here, yep, they can then Shadow Claw down, it looks like. Looked like he tried to swap out there, but it didn't quite go through. Definitely coming back in with Swampert here. That was a pretty big farm down. If we look at this 2-shield matchup, the Sableye's going to come out of it with quite a bit of energy. And Swampert's not exactly good at farming things down with Mudshot. Yeah, they come out. They threw it a little different than that example. Going for the farm down. Oh, we get it? Okay. It's a brave plan. Works out for us so far. Let's see what the third thing is. It's a Medicham. But we have 2 answers for the Bastidon, right? We have this Swampert and the Medicham, so we're in a pretty comfortable position here. And that's why why we came in with the Skarm, because the Skarm had no play against Basti, so it's better to throw it at the Sableye, even if they force the 2s there. We still are in a good spot. Okay, swaps out. I think it's 1 Psychic here and farm down. The question is, will our Swampert ever be able to get to another move? Because their Medi, I think, swapped out with an Ice Punch. Maybe it's better to just kill this here so it doesn't Flamethrower. No, he's going for the farm down, which is good. It's a little risky if they have a Psychic loaded on their Medi. Oh, opponent Stone Edges instead of Flamethrowers. That definitely helps. I think now we're not in lethal range, so it's not just going to come down to the CMP. Opponent doesn't have any shields. I guess he wasn't positive. Like, sometimes you just go for the cheaper energy move if you know they're low, because you know you have it, and if you click on the other one, you feel like you might overtap. All right, how'd you feel about that one, Matt?
Yeah, that went pretty well. Good lead. The swap was... I find that Sableye swap a bit awkward.
Yes. Yeah, we were looking at... I was looking at it over here on PvPoke, and they can always force win the 2 shields. If they just shield twice, they get that kill on the Skarm. But I like the choice there still, because like the Skarm's going to have no play against the Basti, and both of your other mons are pretty hard Basti counters.
I do get shields with the Scarm.
Mm-hmm.
If I stay in with a Swampert, it's about the same. I might be able to win it, but then my Swampert's gone.
Yeah.
So, in the end, I put that. I got onto the Sableye with the Swampert, and I thought, pretty sure I can mudshot that down.
That was definitely a big mudshot down.
Yeah. I was counting, and he's out of energy, so I looked at how many mudshots it would take, and a bit of a risk, but it looked doable.
Yeah. No, I liked it, and it worked out, and it definitely allowed you to chip their Medi low enough that your Medi could kill both, right? Which was the goal there. That was the win condition.
Yeah, I called Medi in the back. Seen that line a few times. Basti saved by Medi.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most common lines. I figured it was either Medi or some kind of grass. It's kind of the other thing sometimes you see in the back there.
I wanted to throw the Hydra Cannons at the Medi so that it couldn't kill my Medi.
Yeah.
And I knew I had a completely superior matchup against the Basti with my Medicham.
Mm-hmm.
So just, I think shielding that foul play won me the game and calming down, otherwise it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty good matchup, and you had a plan for it, and you played it out. It was good. I like that one.
Yeah. I'm not sure there's anything else I could have done.
No, I mean your opponent could have thrown Flamethrower instead of Stone Edge, but I think that was kind of the weirdest thing that happened in that whole game.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Next one?
Yep. We got another good lead here. Swampert lead looking pretty good today. Opponent lagging, top lefting, lagging. Set their phone down. Wasn't looking. Scarm into Shadow Scarm. I kind of would have liked to throw one Hydrokin in there, given how much his opponent lagged. That would like guarantee he wins switch here. But both of his Mons, again, are strong against that Steel type, right? So whenever he sees a pivot out of that Steel type lead, he can go to his Scarm and know that he has two things that have very dominant matchups with the lead. Kind of like we saw with the Basti earlier. Just kind of clearing out his potential worst matchup. This is G-Fisk Scarm. A little harder to read what's probably in the back of this line. It could be a G-Fisk lead with Scarm Swampert, or it could be a Scarm Pivot, which is a little weird with a G-Fisk Venusaur. Those are all strong kind of duo cores that we could potentially see here. Gives up one shield to win switch. I would like him just to instantly swap out here. He has so much energy on that Swampert. And even if the opponent comes in with a hard counter, yeah. Even if the opponent has a hard counter for this, he's got enough health on it in the energy lead where he could get to a Sludge Wave to punish like a grass type or something. It's their own Swampert. Okay, so it was the G-Fisk Scarm Swampert. Makes sense. If the opponent hadn't lagged so much at the beginning, we'd be at like one Hydro Cannon less. Like 1.5 Hydro Cannons less. We'd be in, I think we'd still be in an okay spot, right? We still have the Medicham to punch this down. It's essentially like if we win this match without using that shield, that's essentially the same position we would have been in without the lag at the beginning. They let that go. They're going for a mud shot down here. And they come up one short. So I think Matt played it pretty well, given the advantage he had of the lag. Oh, now there's lag back the other way. As long as he can keep tapping, I think he'll win this game. There we go. You know, it's important that, you know, that you can still lose games where your opponent lags at the beginning of a game. If you don't utilize the advantage the game's given you. But Matt trying to do his best here. That's an interesting swap out. And he really wants to kill this G-Fisk with a Scarm, I guess? I don't know. The opponent throws right away. They definitely could have overfarmed more there. To try to flip something, but with the shield, as long as Matt doesn't shield here, saves the shield for the Medi, And the Medi's still out of 1 earthquake range anyways. He's in a pretty commanding position. And down it goes. All right, let's bring him back in. All right, Matt, what do you think about that one?
That was fun.
Yeah, opponent definitely lagged there some at the beginning.
Yeah, they did, which was unfortunate for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they swapped as soon as they came. They realized they were in a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Shadow Scarm was kind of spicy. So as soon as I realized that they didn't shield that, I knew I had 2 things to beat that Stunfisk. So I just swapped back in the Swampert immediately, kept the Sky Attack, assuming there would be something in the back that I could use the Sky Attack against.
Yep, I was telling chat that I like that call because you had that energy stored up. Even if they brought in a grass type there, you probably get to 2 sludge waves if they don't throw on you as fast as they can. That's a lot of pressure on them. I also
that was a bit of luck though, because the opponent lagged. That's
yes. But like you ended that match with the shield left, and your Medi was out of earthquake range. So, like playing through it in my brain, if there hadn't been any lag there, I think you probably still win that one based off how you both played the game, and kind of what the situation was at the end. I do like that's the second time I've seen you when you see a lead that's good against your Scarm and they swap out of it, that you swap your Scarm in, even if the matchup's not super, super polarizing for you, just to get the Scarm out of the way so it's not going to get stuck in that matchup later. I like the way you've been doing that. Then we're going to get back into the next game and mute him, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. And I'll talk with you guys while he plays it. That is a tough lead for us. Yeah, we don't have any really good answer for this. He and I talked about a little before that Pelipper and Altaria leads are just really hard for his line. But we've won like the last 3 leads in a row, so seeing a lead here that is not good for us, that's fair, right? If we're winning more than half our leads, it's not that much of a sign that we need to change things up. Just go straight for the Psychic. Opponent shields it. Do we get to another Ice Punch here? They're probably going to throw right here. Yep. Make sure we don't get to another one. Yeah, usually the Pelipper lead has steel types in the back. It's like the most common. I think it's someone coined it the vaccine line. I'm not exactly sure where it came from. I've heard of Super Science Sensei running it. A couple other people. I don't want to misattribute the creator, but the Pelipper double steel line. But the opponent's not switching out of this matchup, which is kind of weird. I would expect them to do that if they had the double steel in the back because they know we have a Swampert. So curious to see what they have behind this Pelipper. But as you can see, like the Pelipper is taking out 1.5 Mons. We do have a shield advantage still. Pelipper Polytoad could be a triple water line. I don't think we shield this one. They still can't mudshot us down from there, and this is not lethal. But Matt opts to shield the first one. Okay. Definitely don't want him to use his last shield here. Okay. So he just shielded the first one instead of this one. That's fair. He was going to end up shielding one of them before he could get to this Brave Bird. We'll see if he actually goes for the Brave Bird. That's good. Hey, Aloda Colo. Thank you for supporting the dojo by raiding. Welcome in Aloda Colo and Raiders. We're coaching Mattbeer87 today. Lands the Brave Bird. Feels good. I think you just go for the Sludge here and hope they no shield. It's kind of an awkward Mon in the back for us, but that explains why they didn't swap out, right? When we brought our Scarm in, they didn't have steel types in the back. They had a snowman in the back for our Swampert. Nope, they shield the Sludge Wave. Switch timer not up yet, so we're not going to be able to catch here. Okay, goes for a Hydro. It's like nice that our opponent let us get here, but this also allows our opponent, now that they know we've used our energy, to like overfarm us pretty hard. Oh, it's CMP. But that's like a pseudo fake CMP?
People saw what you did out there. And all of them are watching you.
I'm getting another notification. I just heard Elo Raid gave him the and then they're just gonna outpace us here. So we played it pretty clean, but just kind of a tough matchup. All right, Matt, what do you think about that one?
I did not want to see that in the back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like a Pelipper lead. Pelipper's a bit tough for me.
Agreed.
It just completely outpaces my Swampert.
Yes. And it like neither of our swaps is very good against it.
No. My Scum is the best answer to it. I can outpace it with Scum, but then they just swap.
Yeah. Well, and often the Pelipper lead has steel types behind it. Like Pelipper and G-Fisk often run together, and so it's pretty risky to swap your Scarm in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's something I have to do. I have to land a Psychic against it.
Mm-hmm.
With Pelipper, and it's a 50-50. Sometimes they don't shield it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they do.
Yeah. If that's how it feels, I definitely agree that you should go for it, because then you either kill it or you get the shield advantage. And the shield advantage was pretty good there.
Yeah.
We like almost leveraged that into a win.
Yeah.
Out of that bad lead.
Like I felt like they weren't going to shield the Politoed, so that's why I threw the Brave Bird at it.
Yeah.
I
wanted to look up Swampert. Does Swampert generally win CMP against Abomasnow? Did you were you counting there to try to get CMP? That's weird, because I'm looking it up now, and Swampert should never. Oh no, Swampert does. Sorry, I'm looking at the stat product. Yeah, Swampert wins CMP.
It should win.
Yeah.
I could have mated the Hydro Cannon on the Abomasnow, I suppose.
Yeah. My thought when you went to throw that Hydro Cannon was I was concerned that because you threw a move there, then they could continue to overfarm because they'd know you were on empty. But they were still going to outpace your Scarm anyway with the Abomasnow. But there are definitely times where it's better not to throw the move to force them to throw than it is to throw the move and then they can overfarm when you're throwing a non-lethal move.
I was assuming that they were just going to try and kill me straight away.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd try and get the chip. Maybe I can get to a Sky attack.
Yeah.
That was my thought process.
That was a pretty good read, and then you forced the CMP, which was best case scenario there for you, but we still they just get to a Weather Ball faster than you can get to a Sky attack, so.
Yeah, I might pace. It was annoying, but
yeah.
Here we are.
But you won 3 leads in a row, and then you lost that one, so we're still up on leads. I don't feel Swampert lead still feels pretty solid, so I wouldn't change that up. That was just a bottom third kind of game. It was a disadvantage from the comps, and we came up two air slashes short from a disadvantage situation, so it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to the next one.
Okay. Let's go.
Sableye lead. So they win the 1s and 2s here, as Juicin said earlier, because they can tank 1 Hydro, and the Shadow Claws just do more damage than. I think he's trying to. Yeah, there you go. Trying to go past when the Sableye throws to try to sneak one through. I like that play. There's no need to rush throwing because the first one's not going to be lethal anyways. And he gets the clean deny. So he's up 1 fast move right now. Opponent no shields that. Makes sense because they don't have to. And we want to throw again. And now our opponent has to decide if they want to shield or die, which is always a good situation for us. They shield. But in theory, we can't mudshot down here. They throw right there just before we get to the next one. Makes sense. They're still 2 off of another foul play. So we can't really farm down here. Oh, he's going for the farm down. Oh, that one we snuck through earlier, plus the opponent getting that delay on startup there, right? Their first Shadow Claw didn't come through right away. So they ended up just short of getting that through. That feels pretty good. We get to Sludge Wave this. And then we let them farm us down. We definitely don't want to. We just fought for switch. We won switch. We do not want to give up switch here. Let them farm us down. And then come in with the Scarm. Probably some kind of anti-flyer in the back. Their own Scarm. Interesting. No, he's making his head's throwing back. But this is not a bad situation. This is not the opponent's Scarm is not going to be able to kill the Medi and our Scarm. And our Scarm has such a positive matchup against that Meganium that I don't think this is a bad play here. We're doing neutral. The Medichamp's doing kind of neutral damage either way. Opponent Sky attacks. We should be able to get to another. Do we get to another Ice Punch? No, not quite in the zeros. But we can probably pretty safely here farm to 2 Sky attacks. Oh, he's just going to go for it. I think we take slightly less damage in the other matchup. But I guess it's a little risky here if the opponent throws this Brave Bird and then swaps out, and they might get to another move later, so it's better just finish this off now that they've thrown a Brave Bird. And then we just win this matchup, right? They have to throw multiple Earthquakes from here to KO us. Not sure 2 Earthquakes is quite enough. It's probably kind of close. Okay, might be 2 Earthquakes. We just need 1 more Air Slash. We win CMP. Is this Sky attack enough, chat? Oh, 1 more. Got him. Whew. You could see the you could see the relief on his face. What's up, Matt?
There was so much better than it should have been.
There was a lot of emotion going on in that one. We could see in the face cam there. A lot of emotion in that one. What are you thinking about? What do you think about that one?
I'm so happy to beat that Sableye lead.
Yeah. So earlier, Justin was saying that you should lose the 1s and 2s. I'm pulling it up right now.
1461, I think.
Oh, it wasn't a.
It wasn't a full Sableye. It was still pretty high.
Yeah. This is 1476. Because you definitely snuck one through. You did a good job of tapping through until they threw the first one and getting the next one in there, and then you got the deny, and then they had like a little bit of delay on startup on after your second Hydro Cannon. But I'm still not like each Mudshot does 3.
Without that, without me sneaking one in, I don't think I could have farmed it down at the end.
Yeah.
I think we get to another foul play.
You shielded twice.
I had to shield twice in that match.
And then you didn't throw this one. You just Mudshot it down.
I kept the energy. And
yeah, they're supposed to get there 1 before you Mudshotted them down. But because you snuck that one through, you get that Mudshot down. That's really heads up. Like, it's a bad situation for you, and once they let through that 1 Hydro Cannon, that allowed you to sneaking the 1 plus letting the Hydro Cannon through meant you could pull that off. Hey, look, it's a Lando.
Give me 30 minutes to catch this.
3 hours later.
In that matchup at the end, I could have stayed in with the Scam, and because I'm not sure what the Meganium matchup is like with shields down.
Okay, I can pull that up, and it's also worth noting they did have an energy lead there.
Yeah, which did feel good.
Yeah, Medi into Meganium, and your Medi's like a little bit XL, right? PV Poke, work with me here. Thank you. No shields. This is with that 4 Vine Whip lead. Yeah, you get them down to about. You only get 1 Ice Punch off, or I guess you might be able to get 1 Psychic off there. Ice Punch is 47, Psychic's 58. So you would have put them at like 12 health ish. Yeah. So my thought when you made that switch, I didn't think that was a bad switch, because the Skarm has so much of a better matchup with the Meganium, and their Skarm's not really going to be able to like kill your Skarm. Like, you're not at risk of your Skarm getting one-shotted by their Skarm. So I still like that matchup to try to preserve that switch to try to preserve the best matchup for you.
That was the idea. It was more of a panic instinct swap that I need to make it the Skarm for the Meganium.
And when they went for the Brave Bird, right before they threw the Brave Bird, I was thinking it would be really good there to farm to 2 and then throw. But because you got that CMP on the Brave Bird, killing it became better at that point, because it's better to just kill it then when it's easy than have it be able to swap out and have to kill it again at the end. So I liked the way you.
I wanted to keep some health because I know the Meganium can throw earthquakes.
Yeah,
we've seen they do it a bit. And I'm quite surprised it survived that Sky attack too.
Yeah, that's the Sky attack nerf right there. They nerfed Skarmory. It does not kill Megadium from that health.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. That was pretty good.
Yeah, let's jump to the next one. All right, we got Swampert lead into... Oh, no, it's a Pelipper. All right. Execute the plan. It's never going to be that clean, but it's like the best thing we got in this situation. Like, you know, you just don't want to see that many of them. Sometimes you see a lot of the things you don't want to see, though. Lets it through and see if we can land this Psychic. Oh, opponent swaps in a Registeel. Say what? So it's probably some kind of Pelipper double steel or Pelipper a steel and a safe swap. But they didn't bring their safe swap in here, so it's not a Sableye. Also probably not a DD. So my guess would be that it's Pelipper double steel. And that this steel has a better matchup with the Medi than the other one does. Okay, so he's going to let the Medi go, come in with the Swampert, and try to get a big farm so then he can threaten the Pelipper? Feels a little high risk. I probably would have liked to shield there and try to farm up on the Medi. Because, like, Switch is going to matter here. I think they have another steel type. And we don't want our Skarm to have to play against the other steel type. Alright, we're pretty much maxed out on energy. So we throw here. The Pelipper is still quite healthy, though. It's like not in Hydro Cannon range. There it is. Goes for the Hydro Cannon bait. Guess he expects his opponent to shield because their Backmon's also very weak to this Swampert. Okay, we swap. There's the other... Yep, there's the other steel type. This matchup isn't that bad. Manuka Honey Milk. The only way to get coaching is by redeeming the channel points. So if you get up to 20,000 Shurikens, you can redeem coaching session. Also, other people often redeem those and gift them to the community. Currently, there's, I think, 2 outstanding coaching sessions. So if you want to hit up Big ML or Go Trainer for You, I think they've both redeemed coaching sessions that haven't been used. So you could try messaging them on the Discord and see if they're amenable to gifting you that coaching session. Can we ever get a big enough farm off the G-Fisk to kill the Pelipper? That's the question. Okay, we're swapping back out here. Ooh, nice. Desync Switch Clock gets to the Hydro Cannon before the G-Fisk gets out. That's going to probably force out this shield. Yes. And then we just need to get to a Sludge Wave. We have to survive one of these, right? So I just let this one through. Yep, I like that call. We have to survive that and get to another Sludge Wave. Looks like we're going to get there if we shield this, provided they didn't have a lot more energy than we were paying attention to. Yeah, Shino. Yep, double Brave Bird can flip that matchup. Pelipper would win CNP, but we get to this before they get to another one. And we're hoping that this Sludge Wave kills it. Otherwise, it gets to... Oh, can it wing attack us down from here? Okay, it throws. That's okay. We can work with that. We get 1 free Air Slash here. And then it's going to be... Hi, Koi Pebble. Koi Pebble cameo.
Where's Kari?
Off doing cat things. I don't know. Pretty sus if you ask me, because the sandwich is right there. Yeah. Does this Rock Slide kill chat? Nope. I think you go for Brave Bird here. Oh, they had double. Sky Attack definitely doesn't kill from there. So his call to go for Brave Bird is trying to get the actual win condition. Just unfortunate that they had that much energy stored up. But that explains why they shielded it earlier, right? Before they swapped out. What's up, Matt? What do you think about that one?
That Pelipper lead again.
Yeah.
The Reggie swap. Kind of like, like I had no moves to throw at that Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have shielded and throw more punches at it.
Yeah. So if they counter swap, you bring in Medi and they bring a steel type into you, what's in the back?
Yeah, I had a feeling it was double steal.
Yeah. So I think probably a little. We create more winning situations if we shield the Medi there and try to guarantee swap.
Yeah.
Also, if we shield the Medi there, we can often come out of that matchup with energy that really threatens the Pelipper, right? Like that's how we create we have an advantageous situation off that swap, and then we can snowball that into more advantages later in the match. So I'd like to see, like, if they, like, I'm still surprised that they would swap the Reggie in there, not just stay in, but I guess they have to because they know you have the Swampert, right? But if we can farm that Reggie down and, probably be in a situation where, like, we invest a shield there and we can throw, like, Ice Punch and Psychic at the Pelipper to get all of its shields. And we have Switch there, so that's going to feel a little better. I
came out of that match thinking that was winnable.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think that was probably winnable. We definitely, we're playing a team with a strong duo core and then a powerful swap. And if we can, we want to try to use that swap to win Switch, because it just helps our matchups a lot. Even though Pelipper's kind of a core breaker, if we can get a shields down situation, it's way better for Skarm in that matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Lesson learned from that one. Definitely could have won that. If I saw the Reggie, I was thinking, why did they bring the Reggie out? Then maybe I should have kept my Med Champ and just kept the swap.
Yeah.
Get the Skarm.
Yeah, it's because if they bring that Reggie in there, it's because they have another Steel type. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Basti or G-Fisk, but either way, the Swampert's going to tear that up. So you're in a good position there to even go down a shield to guarantee the switch. All right. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Shino, that's if you're running the Swamp lead, right? Because all of those bait out things that would also kill Skarm. I guess DD not so much, but Galvan Hypno definitely bait out the Steel types. That would be a problem for Skarm. DD's probably a better one if you're running the Skarm lead, because then your DD's an anti-steal and your Swampert's also an anti-steal. We let the first one go through. It's not lethal. Bob Dole gives access to a number of the channel commands and also lets people know that, like, you're a big deal, right? That's what that little diamond means you're a big deal around here. But also more practically, it gives access to more of the channel commands that are set at the VIP level. Brings in the Altaria. We won Switch, that's good. And we get a shield. They're going to get some farm here, but Altaria struggles to use that energy efficiently against the Skarm. So we are okay to bring in the Skarm here, absorb that energy, and see if we can continue to kind of snowball our advantage. We won Switch, we won Shield. We now want to try to get some farm as well, so we have an energy advantage going into the last matchup. It's a concept that I learned from coaching in basketball. There was nice swap by our opponent. Catch. They're trying to come back, right? They're making riskier plays because they're trying to come back in the match. So they're catching and doing other things. Even though they know they have a really bad matchup here, they're hoping that they can, leverage Altaria on the Swampert to try to get enough energy back to try to win against that Skarm. I would definitely just farm down from here. Honestly, probably no shield. I don't think an EQ quite kills us from here. But he thinks the EQ may kill us, so he's going to shield it. And then go for a farm down. Essentially trading shield for shield here. The Altaria is going to have to shield the Sledge Wave. And Swampert wins CMP. Unclear if he knew that he would get all the way to that Sledge Wave. But Sky Attack still won't kill from here either. So he's pretty much guaranteed to get this Sledge Wave off. And the Altaria is going to want it. Oop, Altaria no shields that. It was CMP. We no shield here. And the Skarm can just air slash it down from there, essentially. They should ridiculously undercharge that. Although they can't really afford to tank a Hydrokin either. It's kind of a checkmate. Ooh, the 1 HP on the shiny Swampert flexing on him. 1 HP Hydro Cannon. They shield, and then Skarm comes back in. There's nothing the Altaria can do to kill this Skarm. It's like 3 Sky Attacks from here. Last air slash went through. Shield air slash registers. GG. There we go. All right, Matt, what do you think about that one?
I'm not sure about the Swampert swap. It's really odd.
Yeah.
I lagged at the start of it. If you've seen, I had an error finding match, and then the game started.
Yeah.
I was really confused whether it was going to error out. But I tried to swap into my Medi, and it didn't swap straight away.
Okay.
But when they bought the Swampert, I thought, this is not a bad matchup for Medi.
Yeah, no, because you can always afford to tank one, and the counters are doing way more damage than the mudshots are. So that's a pretty good matchup for Medi there. Yeah,
I thought just throwing the sidekick there. I like to throw the sidekick against the water safe swap. Because they never tend to shield it.
Yeah.
So,
and it either gets you the shield or it gets you switch, and I like that choice. It makes your opponent have to make a decision that about what disadvantage they're going to end up with, which helps start kind of the snowball there, where then you won that matchup and had switch. You won that switch and had shield advantage after you threw the ice punch,
which was nice.
Yeah,
just used exactly.
And then they tried to make the comeback by doing that catch, but the Swampert just had such a positive matchup with G-Fisk that it was a good spot for you.
It was a good catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, to see an Altaria lead and beat it that well, I was really happy with that.
Yeah. Nope, that was well played.
Yeah, cool. Go next one.
There's a bonus room. That's a good lead for us. We like seeing that. Gives I think it's 2 coaching sessions or duo streams or whatever, two dojos, one for you and one for that you can gift to somebody, naming some Pokemon, a couple other things in there, and also if anybody ever redeems Hall of Fame, there will be a bonus weekend stream for that occasion. So a lot going on in that one. That's why it's pretty big, and also it gets you recorded in the Hall of Fame. We do have a Hall of Fame here on the channel. People that support the dojo in various ways. They swap in their grass, we swap in our Scarm. Feels good. All right, P. James, see you later. Hope you meeting well. So we want to overfarm here. Yeah, you want to definitely take this advantage and make sure we can carry it into the next one as well. Jake Boy, what's going on? What's up, Monkey Boy? Jake Boy's in a fight with Nightbot. I'm not sure what about. Is he trying to... I don't know if we can farm all the way down. So I probably would have... Oh, he's going for it. I would have been pretty comfortable... once we were at 2, throwing 1 there to save a little more health on us, because the AWAC doesn't have the greatest matchup with Scarm. But, it's a Hex AWAC, so that's even better for us. They're going to have to throw to KO. And they have their own Medi. Their Medi is 1500 exact, ours is 1499, but ours is shiny, and ours has 2 shields. So... ways, I mean, I guess if they have Pup Psychic and they Pup Psychic, could get a little weird, but they're just going straight Psychic, probably on Psychic Ice Punch just like we are. They get the defense drop, which is not great for us, but I don't think it's going to flip this matchup with us up a shield already. They shield as well. 2, 3, 4. They're going to do this next Psychic right before we do. We just shield again. Throw Psychic. We still have like 1... Do we have enough health to land an Air Slash here? It looks like we would probably survive a counter, so we're going to get 1 Air Slash and a couple Mud Shots on top of whatever damage this Psychic deals. So maybe it's a 3-ball if we get enough damage here, but even if not, I think we have enough residual health on the other Mons to finish this out. This should just be an Ice Punch, right? Based off of the throwing patterns. there's the Ice Punch. And there they go down. All right, Matt, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I'm surprised they played that out at the end as soon as they seen my Medi when I was up a shield.
Yeah. I don't mind when people play it out. Like I'm personally, I almost always play my games out. Like there's some, respect around top lefting when it's like, GG go next kind of thing. But I like playing it out just to work on mechanics and stuff. So I don't mind that they stayed in there.
Yeah. Obviously, super polarizing lead. I waited because I was expecting a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they like to build up and then just try and catch.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do it when I go 1 over as well, which is really annoying. So
yeah.
be a bit more patient.
Yeah.
I only counted 4, and I'm not sure of the counts of hex. I generally see fire spin.
Yes.
I didn't recognize that it was hex.
Each hex is 12 energy. And so I think it's 4 to Shadowbone and 5. Yeah.
But regardless, I knew it wasn't a big move. So I should get the Hydro Cannon up against that before it swapped.
Yeah.
Shielded. I don't know what the switch was.
The Superior, right?
Oh yeah, and I was in the middle of animations and it wouldn't let me out.
I felt like, you got the full farm down there, but knowing that their other Mon was an AWAC, and that it had Hex, I would have felt really comfortable if you just and you were already up a shield as well. If you'd just gone to 2 and then thrown 1, because that with the amount of you still at that point were a little over half health. And it would have been really hard for the AWAC to kill you there or to create any kind of farm down. Farming a grass all the way down is good, but it can be a little risky. I'm not sure if you were staying on top of your sometimes when you get in that farm down matchup, you kind of stop counting, and your health was getting pretty low there.
Yeah, I played that matchup a couple of times.
Okay.
And Skarmory always ends up low,
mm-hmm.
but the Superior doesn't get to enough moves to take it out without shielding.
Cool. If you're comfortable with that and you've played that matchup, then totally respect that choice.
But yeah, halfway through it, I was like, should I just throw at this thing? Because that Marowak's not going to shield. So that was kind of...
Yeah.
And that's why I thought the 2 Sky Attacks would have killed it, but I knew Sky Attack and a Brave Bird would have killed it.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, then you played it well. You knew what you're up to. I like it. I would have played it a little bit different, but the way you played it, it was clean and it's based on your experience and it works. It works. Good. All right.
Cool.
Show the next one.
Let's go again.
He's definitely played more games with this team than I have. So if that's how he's played it before and has seen that Superior swap and been able to farm it down, then that's good. I have learned a thing, right? We all have things to learn from each other. We all play different teams and lines. What's better, Poliwhirl or Politoed? Politoed is almost certainly better than Poliwhirl. Poliwrath would be some consideration, but it's a pretty different Mon because of the fighting subtyping and the moves it gets than Politoed is. But Politoed's probably the best of the Polys in the current state of the game. Yeah, Poliwhirl is not good. Poliwhirl is like a showcasey Mon if you have one with the old legacy moves on it. I got your Hydrate there, Jinjay. This isn't a great matchup for us. Carl MCG, a big Politoed fan. There are quite a few Politoed fans out there. I got extra... Oh, TTV Mr. Frosty. Thank you for that raid. I don't know, I missed that, but thank you for supporting the dojo by raiding. Welcome in, TTV Mr. Frosty and raiders. Appreciate you coming and hanging out today. Yeah, it happened right on the back of a load of colas, and that's why I didn't hear or see it. Makes sense. Also, is my Streamlabs alerts is not on the top layer. That might also been a part of the problem. All right, they bring their Skarm back in. And we just got to hope that our safe swap's a little better against their safe swap. So it's just been a Skarm Swampert showdown. They're going to get a farm down here that's pretty... Ooh. Okay, good. We get this Hydro Cannon out. This is really important because they're getting a farm down here, and we're going to have to shield our Metacham from this. So it's really important that we force this shield out here, and he should probably swap here. Could have denied that one air slash and potentially saved that that Swampert as a safe as a sack if this last matchup goes long enough. Opponent goes for Brave Bird and then switches out. G-Fisk. So they're going to go straight EQ. Ice Punch, neutral damage here. Psychic's resisted, so Ice Punch, good call. You could double check that because Psychic is a better move. We'll check the DPE on that. Yeah, Ice Punch slightly more efficient, so definitely a good call. Wisdom from Machamp Sensei. I got you. Machamp. Hopefully he was counting and this is a rock slide. Okay. Okay. Excellent counting. Almost at 2 Ice Punches. Opponent threw a Brave Bird, so they probably don't have any energy. A little bit of lag there. Hopefully no air slashes came through. And we should be able to get off this double Ice Punch. Oh, 1 HP short. 1 HP short. Oh, Matt, that was a tough one.
Yeah. I thought I'd survived the Hydro Cannon
on
the Scarm. I didn't really want to shield it.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that second Ice Punch would have killed.
It would have been really close. But like, I think not shielding the Hydro, like that's the right call because even if you shield that, like the G-Fist is coming in. So like saving the energy on the Scarm isn't that important. The one thing I did note was you let them farm down your Swampert. Like you threw your Hydro Cannon and your switch was up and you could have immediately gone to Medi there.
Okay.
That might have... I mean, you ended up one counter short of the Ice Punch, right? So
I lagged a bit at the end of there.
Yeah, I think that was mutual though. I think you threw one counter, they threw one air slash, you threw your move. And then you were still 1 counter short and the air slash came through. Yeah. It's kind of one of those weird things where like you'd think that you could be able to throw a 2-turn move and your charge move before their 3-turn move finishes, but because the 3-turn move finishes on the turn you're activating the charge move, the 3rd turn, it actually kills you before you can throw it. You actually need that 1 turn past where your move finishes to throw a move. Kind of like sometimes it happens where just an example for chat, like sometimes you'll have like an Azu and you're 1 bubble away from throwing a move and they throw 2 counters and it kills you before your move goes off because it takes that 4th turn, 1 turn past when you finish to throw it. But no, I think if you save your Swampert there, you're 1 counter ahead might make the difference.
I recognize that for next time. Yeah, because it's no good me just staying in, right? Because I can't get to any moves.
Yeah.
Farm for them.
Also, that last matchup ended up being kind of long. I don't like. It's hard for me to know because we didn't have the timer anymore. But it would be interesting to like look at the VOD and the timers, and maybe if you save that Swampert, it becomes a sack swap.
Maybe.
Just before the end of the game.
Yeah.
Or even like that's a situation where like you throw a counter. If you try to throw the counter, throw the charge move, the air slash lands on you. If you throw that counter and swap, that air slash ends on your Swampert, and then your Medi comes back in with the energy for the Ice Punch.
I like that.
That's kind of fancier, and it's a little trickier to do with those move timings. Easier if they've got like a 4-turn move, but it's another situation where you can transfer a little bit of the damage onto something else to create a potential win. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Ooh, that's not a good lead for us. We go straight to Medi, safe swap. I like it. They go to Azu. All right, so we want to try to flip this if we can, because the superior Skarmory matchup is really good for us. So can we land some Psychics and flip switch here? There's 1 Psychic, and we get a counter through. That is a good start on this. I think... Whoa, no shielding the first one? Oh! I think he was hoping they were baiting, but I think it's better for us because I think they can bubble down now if they just 2 shield. I think it's better for us to try to force that. I don't know that we can, but it's definitely better for us. Also, it's better for us if it's a low... Oh, they just give it up. What?
NANI?
Okay. And why did they... Chat, I don't know why they gave up Switch. Really, Koro? You sure? I think people were testing that just the other day. I guess we'd have to go look at that again, Koro. The Swapmon takes the damage. What's up, Lee? I'm now very interested because he I saw that joke of it. He that's a pretty good one. So he's just going to farm down here because that's what he does. He knows this matchup, so he's going to keep no shielding and farming down. They're throwing Aerial Ace now. Frenzy Plant is definitely the better move here. Frenzy Plant is very strong, and when it's double resisted, it's still better than single resisted Aerial Ace. Agreed, Koro. We had some testing going on our Discord yesterday. Dr. Roast Beef was testing the trying to test how many decimal points of attack stat matter in CMP. We'll get him back in here. What's up, Matt? What do you think about that one?
I don't get those very often. I can't remember what the lead was. It was such a strange game. The Marowak came out after the Superior.
Mm-hmm.
So they led Superior. I had to get out. Came to the Medi.
Mm-hmm.
And they came into the...
Azu.
They stayed in.
No, they went to
Azu.
They went to Azu.
They went to Azu. Yeah, it threw me off the way they threw that game.
And then you won the zeros because they didn't shield their Azu.
Yeah, I counted to 6, and I thought, well, if you have play rough, then show it, because it's not going to kill me.
Yeah.
And I tried. I went to their 5, so it was another 5 for their play rough. Mm-hmm. I thought, screw it, I'm just going to throw the psychic again, and it killed it. So
what do you do there if you eat that play rough and then they shield the second psychic?
I'm pretty much screwed.
Okay. So can we avoid that situation maybe by shielding the play rough? Let's go
Possibly.
Pull up.
Do I win that matchup if I double shield the play roughs?
Let's go look. Let's go. If they go straight play rough and you go straight, we'll start with you going straight psychic.
Yeah, I don't think we do. And
we'll go 2 shields. I doubt you do as well, but you may be able to with. I don't know. I mean, I guess they weren't going to shield the second one. They thought it was going to be an ice punch, but
I hope it was entertaining anyway.
That was pretty well because those were very polarizing matchups.
Yeah.
You need like 4. That's not a very good Azu. Yeah, I mean, you need like ice punch is 40, so that's 47, 24, 31, 38. Yeah, you need to see like 4 counters or something to flip that matchup in the 2 shields. I guess that's the way to play it then. Like you just.
I had to go for it because I can't win that matchup otherwise.
Yeah, and if you shield, I guess they're more likely to shield. It just felt really high risk, but I guess that's your best situation is the zeros, right? We're looking at it right here. You win the zeros, so that's playing to your outs.
Yeah.
So you would not be able to, as I stated earlier, that you could swap out of a 2-turn move and tank the damage 3rd turn move. That was incorrect. The air slash would have landed on us either way, so there was no way to do that there. You can do it with a longer duration move, like a 1-turn, 3-turn, or 2-turn into 4-turn move. You could then swap out and tank the damage on the other mon, but not in that situation.
The only thing I could think of there is that they maybe thought that they could survive the psychic and throw the move without shielding.
Yeah, or they weren't counting well and thought that you were just baiting them there, right?
Yeah.
From my perspective, the Azu should just always shield that second one because then they could just bubble you down. But they didn't want to play that. They didn't want to be down shield. I think they clearly could have used a shield there, one switch, and like their matchups were so.
Yeah, they had a really polarizing lead. Right?
Yeah.
So it seems odd that they did that.
Yeah, but like I think you still might have some play there. If you just bring the Swampert back in and essentially kind of sack the Swampert, like Skarm has play against the other ones.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Swampert could like Mudshot down, you get a shield off the Superior with a Sludge Wave, and then the Skarm can win the ones against AWAC, I think.
Maybe.
If you bait and then Brave Bird, Skarm into Marowak in the ones.
I find Skarm does pretty well against Marowak, as long as
Yeah.
you don't have like a random Fire Blast in the back.
Yeah, you don't see the Fire Blast drive. Looks. That's if they bait you. So that's still not a great matchup. If they don't bait, can we can then get to a Sky Attack and a Brave Bird, I think?
If I'm up a shield, then maybe.
How is that worse than when they baited? I don't understand. But yeah, I guess that matchup's still.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not great. it's good if you're up shields, right? If you're up shields, then you can almost always kind of force a Brave Bird through.
I think I win if they don't have a shield.
Yeah.
Because they could almost with the air slashes and the one Brave Bird,
I can just go down
Marowak
here.
is pretty much dead.
Yeah, if you're up one shield, yeah, you win the 1-0 and the 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's these ones actually. This one is Skarm up one shield. This is up 2-1. Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's go.
Let's try to the next one. That's a not good lead for us. We want to get out of there. Give it like a kind of XL Medi. Something like that. I don't know. You can put in your actual IVs because that will change some of the matchups. So we went straight to our Medi. They went. It's being all slow and laggy. They stayed in. It's Air Slash. If we sneak a counter through, then we get back on pace with them. Otherwise, they kind of get to us. Oh, they throw an Air Lace. That's good for us. They should be throwing straight Leaf Blades. It's actually more damage efficient to throw Leaf Blades than Aerial Laces against Medicham as the Tropius. We get the other shield out. Also, you get to the moves faster. So you can avoid, because Medi was going to get to that Ice Punch at the same time the Tropius got to a Leaf Blade, and it would have been CMP, and that Ice Punch would have really hurt the Tropius. Do we just go Hydro here? No shield this, save the shield, Hydro? So this is your Pelipper Medicham team. And this is kind of the meta, what things beat your team, and then it gives a suggestion of what your third mon should be to take out a lot of the things. These are potential threats, things that beat both your mons, and then here's the suggestions. So it thinks if you wanted to run Pelipper and Medi together, you should probably pair it with an Umbreon. Other options would be like an Altaria or a Galvantula. How much energy do we have? Not much. That's just one Air Slash. So I like the decision to save the shield here. The Medi's got no energy, and it's going to get Air Slash down, so I wouldn't come in with the Medi here. I think it's better as a safe swap, but he comes in with it. I think the Tropius can just Air Slash you down. But we can swap out here, I guess. Yeah, you can see him already tapping the swap. I would have liked to just come in with the... If we just come in with the Skarm there for that farm down, then we have the Medi available as a sack swap. Whereas right now, because he came in for one punch, then swapped out, he's in a little more awkward position. But maybe he's thinking that one counter, plus if he can get this G-Fisk low enough that his Medi can counter it down, he can then get to an Ice Punch for the Tropius. But that situation seems pretty hard because this matchup particularly goes long often. But that does open up the opportunity for him to, at some point, switch to the Medi, hope his opponent switches the Tropius back in, locks the Tropius in, and his Skarm can farm it down. So that may be the line he's playing for here. Trying to run this clock down as much as possible to get back to that Medi and hope that they bring that Skarm, the Tropius back in. What the opponent should do when this Medi comes in is just try to kill it. Because he does not want his... There we go. He makes the swap, makes the play. Opponent swaps instantly as well. I mean, getting that Ice Punch is nice, but I don't actually know that that's much better than this. Because we need farm. But I think two Aerial Ace is going to kill us here. It's one Aerial Ace. They're going to the next one in like 4 or 5 air... Oh, they're already there. They farmed up earlier. Yeah, I mean, I like that line of play. If we'd gotten to it before that Rock Slide, or caught that Rock Slide, right? If we get there before that Rock Slide, or catch that Rock Slide on the Medi. But if we catch the Rock Slide, the Medi just dies, and then we can't farm. The Tropius won't come back in. So it was kind of a tough spot. What do you think about that one, Matt?
I'm starting to forget the leads again. Where I go wrong.
So it was Tropius lead into our Swampert.
I know the G-Fisk and the Tropius were in the back, and I got misaligned.
Correct.
So I thought maybe if I can get an Ice Punch in, but they double shielded it.
And then they swapped out just before you got to the last Ice Punch.
Yeah.
And they brought in the... Oh yeah, thank you, chat. They brought in the Politoed.
Politoed, yeah.
Can Swampert beat Poly in the zeros? That's what we need. That's the information I'm not having that I need to... We'll look it up real quick. Politoed versus Swampert in the zeros.
My switch time was back up there, so I could have got out, because they swapped really late.
Yeah. I liked your play at the end, where you like tried to swap your Medi back in to force them to bring the Tropius in with the hopes of then you could maybe farm it down. But the Tropius just had too much energy loaded.
Yeah.
So the Politoad's going to win the zeros by literally a turn.
Yeah, I think the weather balls are straight 4s, and my Hydro Cannon is 5-4.
Well, it's you're going Sludge Wave and then Hydro is what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But that means that if you sneak one through and get a deny, if you sneak one through and then here's the deny happening, they don't, like the deny happens here and then it registers here. So if you sneak one through, that's the one snuck through, you get the deny, you can win the zeros versus the Politoad. That might have been best case for us. That might have been best case for us.
By the chance, knowing that it has, that was my best play. Like my play was thinking maybe there's something I can beat in the back with Skarmory with a shield.
Yeah.
As well as the Tropius.
But if they've got the Tropius lead, like they've got an anti-Skarm in the back, right? It's going to be a steal. Usually Skarm and G-Fisk run. Tropius and G-Fisk run together. But sometimes
recognizing that in the future, that's all.
Yeah. Oh, we need to mute Matt because he's jumping into one. Let's see it. Playing a veteran. That's pretty safe, Koro. Yeah. Most of the grass types have a really hard anti-Skarm in the back. So this is the Sableye swap that we don't really like. It's going to force probably going to force the 2s and win switch. But we can then opt to keep one shield if we want. So we can shield this one, and then we can force them to win the 1-2 because we can't win the actual 2s. And then last time we were able to sneak a Mudshot through to create a farm down on the Sableye. I'm not sure how replicatable that is, so we might end up in a pretty awkward spot. But that's, I think, what we're going to go for here. Seems like he's done that before and is looking to do that again. Over halfway to Hall of Fame redemption. Oh my goodness, why hell Noah? Get it. I'm looking forward to when people start redeeming those and we start having some bonus streams and I get to write up little blurbs for the Hall of Fame. Because each person that goes into the Hall of Fame will be in the, through that redemption, will be in the unquantifiable contributions to the dojo section. And look forward to writing those up and adding you guys in there. So last time we just tank one, shield one, try to farm down. Thanks for all the follows today. I'll do a readout of all the follows probably after this game. Gotten quite a few of them. Appreciate you all. That looks like more health than last time. 1, I don't think this farm down's happening. 3, 4. Yeah, I like that decision there to throw. Like we're just not quite going to get there. It was G-Fisk lead, so it's probably a grass type in the back. So we're in kind of an awkward spot. No, it's a Medi. Okay, G-Fisk Medi. That's better for us. Still going to be a little hard for our Medi to sweep both. We need to switch our Medi in here like ASAP. Throw this Hydro, get to our Medi. I like it. Good play there. Hopefully that Swampert has enough health that it can Mudshot its way to another. I definitely think we should try to over-farm here a little bit in case they try to catch the Psychic. If we Psychic onto that G-Fisk, there's the G-Fisk coming in. Oh, we Psychics anyway. I think, yeah, he's feeling a little weird about that. I think we want to go for Ice Punches there. Although I'm not sure that we ever kill this before it gets to an... Ooh! Maybe that was the answer. 4, 5, 6 Ice Punch. We win CMP with the defense drop. Opponent threw right away and swapped out. If we get the KO here, chat... Nope, no KO. They threw 7 times 9, 63. If I missed one earlier, there's the EQ, yeah. But can we Mudshot this down and get to a Hydro? 2. I think we need 2. Do we survive the counters here, chat? 1, 2. No, we don't. It looked a little laggy there, but I don't think there was time for us to throw 2 Mudshots and a move. All right. What do you think about that one, Matt?
Rough.
Chat was really impressed with your decision to go for the defense drop there. I was concerned we were going for Psychic instead of Ice Punch, but you got the defense drop and almost got us the game there.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it, then it's too many Mudshots to farm down. They get to a Rock Slide. But it was just low enough, but our Swampert. Yeah. Yeah. Because you got the 2 Mudshots and then died right as the thing was lighting up.
I think that Sableye. I don't like the Sableye.
Yeah, the Sableye swap's really hard for this team. I agree. Like we don't have any way to force switch there. We might be able to, maybe next time we see that happen, we go for a chip and dip. We go up to a Hydro Cannon, throw the Hydro Cannon at the Sableye, and then go Scarm. That might be a little better play for us. A little help, like desync the switch clock isn't great, but if we can force switch there, like we still get to put our Medi on the G-Fisk, and our Scarm on whatever's in the back, and our Swampert on whatever's on the back, or we get to line those up whichever way we want. I have
the things that beat the Stunfisk, right? So it's like I should be chipping the Sableye.
Indeed, J. Robin Stacks, the classic chip and dip.
Yeah.
TM. J. Robin Stacks gets royalties every time I say it. Yeah, so next time, let's try that next time. Like, we haven't been having much success since the Sableye safe swaps. So let's try doing it a little different, do a chip and dip there.
Okay. I played this person like 3 or 4 times now.
All right, well, good luck. Stevie, if you just stay in there, you still lose the matchup. And then we get our Scarm lined up on the G-Fisk. 3, 4, 5, 6. Opponent not swapping out right away. So we got time. This is probably the last one. Opponent not swapping out right away. Eats the Hydro Cannon. At this point, I would conclude that they have something else in the back that's weak to Swampert, and I like this choice to shield what could be a Earthquake here. And we can overfarm. 3, 4, 5. I like it. If they let this go, whatever they bring in, like I'm really tempted to just instantly go Medi. I would just... Or Sludge and then Medi, maybe? Like, we want them to show the other Mon while we still have Swampert alive. But he might... Oh, we got the shield there. Getting the shield there, I guess we can just let him farm down then. And then come in with Scarm. But I'm a little concerned. I don't know what the back Mon is yet. Talonflame. Yeah, so if we'd saved that Swampert, that might have been a little better position for us. We get the Psychic 1 turn before they get to 3. They shield 4. This could be a Brave Bird or a Flame Charge. He's just going to let it go. Flame Charge? Okay. When did they throw the 5th one, chat? Did we see a 5th one, chat? Like, it's possible they had it, but like I don't think I saw it. We get this before that damage registers. They're 1 away from another move because they threw 2 flame charges. Goes down, and now the Venusaur has to come back in, and no amount of farming down this Medi is going to give that Venusaur the energy it needs to kill this Skarm. And Matt just swaps the Skarm as well. Yeah, it was a self-piggyback, but like I didn't see the 5th Incinerate. I only counted 4 Incinerates. That's okay. I'm sure it was there. We go back in the VOD and watch it. How'd you feel about that one, Matt?
Yeah, that went well. Good lead, obviously. Despite like them staying in, they can't bring in the Venusaur, right?
Yeah. And I think you recognize that, right? You shielded it because you like realized like, oh, they're staying in. They're eating these moves. Like,
yeah,
Swampert still has use.
Yeah, you don't stay in with a Stunfisk unless you have something that something that you can swap into that's a good counter, a good safe swap.
Yeah. So they were running. Yeah. They were running a Talon as their safe swap, but their safe like oftentimes like your safe swap may share a weakness with your lead, and then you become like a ABA team, and you're in a bad spot. So.
That's like me with Sableye.
Yeah, exactly. Or Pelipper.
Right? Yeah, I think against the Talonflame, I could shield and throw 2 Psychic like that, because of the amount of turns that it takes.
Yes.
As I was going, I thought I can get to the Psychic just as they get to the next.
Yep.
I was watching if I could survive the Incinerates, and I thought I could survive one. I get to the Psychic as they kill me.
Yeah. Because their move's 5 turns and you get the 2 counters.
Yeah, and I didn't want to take like double or triple boosted flame Incinerates on my Skarmory.
I like that. I like that call. That's not fun.
As much as the Skarmory match up against Venusaur, it had a lot of energy, so maybe like 1 or 2 Frenzy Plants could have killed my Skarmory in that situation.
Yeah, if they got to hit you some. Yeah. I did propose an alternate line of play to the chat. It's probably a little bit riskier, but in situations where you're fairly certain the opponent is a very much ABA, when you win the lead like that, if you instantly go to your safe swap, like the Venu comes in, you immediately go to Medi. It puts them in a bad spot, right? Because now you still have your Swampert alive, and they need their Venusaur to try to kill both. And if they switch to their Talonflame, the Medi's still going to have a pretty good fight against it, and then your Swampert can come back in, and you still have your Skarm at the end for the Venusaur.
Hold on, and that confused me a bit because they came in with.
They came in with
the Talonflame, right?
So no, they came. So you killed their G-Fisk, right? You killed their G-Fisk. You know that they have something in the back weak to your Swampert. So you could in that situation save your Swampert by going to your Medicham. Like you don't want to go to your hard counter, right? You one switch. You don't want to bring in your hard counter. You don't want to go to the Skarm, but you can go to your safe swap there to save your Swampert for later. Just a play that you might want to think about, like, because you're like so sure like that their Backmon is weak to your Swampert.
Otherwise they swap.
Yeah. So you can create a situation where you can save your Swampert there and bring your, or I think even in the way you played it, you like stayed in and threw a sludge and got a shield. At that point, you could have swapped to the Medi. Your Swampert still had enough health on it that against something that it resists, like a fire type, you're still going to get to a Hydro Cannon. And you're then on even shields. You're down a little bit energy, but the Medi comes in there, and the Venusaur, like, it knows that it needs to get out. But if they bring in the Talonflame, then your Swampert's going to kill it after the Medi dies.
Yeah, gotcha. I recognize that now.
So I think you can play it either way. And obviously the way you played it, you got the win. Like, I'm not knocking the way you played it. When you recognize like, oh, there's something else really weak to the Swampert, sometimes you might want to try saving the Swampert.
Yeah, I recognize that mostly in the mid game rather than the start of the game.
Yeah.
I think, well, I need to save this, and then I hard swap in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not used to doing that after the first one.
Yeah. Also, Mattbeer redeeming lunch in the dojo.
Yeah, that's the community. So if we can find someone that wants a duo session or coaching session, they're welcome to take that.
All right, we'll just throw it out there. Any takers? We got Mattbeer offering up a coaching session to the community, redeeming that for the community. We have done the coaching today. Mattbeer returns. No, Mattbeer was just here. He's gifting this one out. This is a gift to the community if anybody wants to come in. I know there was a couple people earlier asking about coaching sessions, and I said they could ask Big ML or Go Trainer. Now we have a third one on the list. Via Mattbeer87. We'll add that into the redeemed dojo sessions. If anybody wants that, you can hit us up now in chat or also on Ye Old Discord. I'd like to thank you for joining us today in the dojo. If you value these coaching VODs, you can give this video a like, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can leave some feedback below in the comments. Also, in the description are links to my Twitter and Twitch. You can follow me there for additional content. I live stream on Twitch Monday through Friday starting at noon Pacific. I would love to have you join us there so we can learn and grow together.